am your comic for the new depression. Now, lately I've been going through what I like to call the trifecta of loserdom, and that would be unemployment, bankruptcy, and divorce. Yeah, it's true. I was forced to declare bankruptcy because I was a victim of circumstance. I spent too goddamn much. I'm also a casualty of Wombo, which you may have heard has been taken over by Chase. You know? So, being the mature person that I am, every time I pass by Chase, I flip them the bird. Mommy, why is that fat lady giving the bank the finger? I don't know, honey. Let's try to be nice to the mentally impaired. But, you know, our ex-CEO, Kerry Kellinger, is currently hiding out in Italy with his last year's bonus of $24 million. And I try to be forgiving, you know, so every night before I go to bed, I kneel and say a little prayer for Kerry. Dear Lord, may his dick fall off. May the mafia find him and cut him into little pieces like a salami. May his flesh be branded like the guys in Angels and Demons. But mainly, Lord, may his dick fall off. Amen. My set piece, thank you. Now, like the rest of America, I have been on the job market for about the past year. And, you know, normally, before I apply for something, I ask myself this question. Would I rather be dead than do this job? Now, usually, if the answer is yes, I don't apply. But lately, I have been. Which makes me wonder, am I already dead? Still, the writer Virginia Woolf said all that a woman needs is 500 pounds a year and a room of one's own. Now, I am willing to downsize. I don't need a whole room. I just want a cubicle of my own. I recently moved back down here from Seattle, you know, to try to find a job, and the funny thing about that town is that the women all have these horrific haircuts, you know? It's like you're walking down the street going, soccer mom or lesbian? Maybe both. And, thank you so much. You think that ordering at a Starbucks is bad here? You know, you should hear them in Seattle, right? It's like, I'll have a half-calf, decaf with 2 Splendas, 1 Equal, 3 pumps of vanilla, and a dollop of heroin. No whip. Now, here in LA, you do hear some crazy shit, right? You know, it's like, I'm at the gym, and I see this girl looking in the mirror, and she's talking to her friend. I am like so radically fat. I look at her, and she's like 3 pounds. So I ate her. Now, I do love our governor here, you know, Arnold. And one of my favorite quotes of his is from the movie Raw Deal. She was molested, murdered, and mutilated. Now I'm thinking, Jesus Christ, was he talking about the state of California? One thing that really burns me, you know, is the religious right. You know, they're walking around going, I think that the 7 books of Harry Potter promoted witchcraft. Well, I think that 8 years of George W. Bush promoted stupidity. Look, I'm not saying that I'm prejudiced against Republicans. It's just that I can't have one in my house. Since I'm out of work, I can't afford The Exorcist. Now, I know that a lot of comics like to talk about drugs, right? And I've got to tell you guys that I am on something better than crack, coke, or smack. It's called Paxil. I'm not going to tell you there aren't any side effects, you know. I mean, a lot of times my extremities are numb, I twitch uncontrollably, and I've gained 50 pounds. But I figure better fat than crazy, right? So, you know, sometimes it gets a little awkward, you know. I'm walking around like... But, you know, normally I would feel bad about that. But since I'm on Paxil, I can't feel it. Yeah. Now, I have to tell you guys that I've got a 14-year-old daughter, and you know, she does and says some pretty wacky things. You know, it's like one time she took a pair of my underwear, you know, and she made it into a sailboat. Now, you know, that didn't bother me, that was okay. But when she entered it in America's Cup and won, that hurt. Now, another time, she says to me, "If you don't take that back, then you're not my mom." And I'm like, whoa, you mean I've been demommed? You know, what happens now? They reverse my hysterectomy? And like all teens, you know, she's really into the web and, you know, iPhone, texting. And I have to say that I myself am on Facebook, you know. But most of my friends' status updates tend to be a bit banal, you know. Little Suvi scored 100% on her math test. Now, my posts tend to be a bit more existential. I am sitting here contemplating the utter ruin of my life. I don't have many friends. The big thing now is Twitter, right? You know, and this is basically for people who can express their thoughts in 140 characters or less. You know, morons. You know, speaking of morons, I've had to go to Warner Brothers a few times recently, and the way that they carry on over there, you would think that Osama is directly targeting them. So you can kind of picture the scene somewhere in a cave deep in Pakistan. Ellen films on their lot. I was somewhat disappointed in Terminator Salvation. They must all die. Now, I remember when Disney released the film Alive, right? And, you know, this was about a team that crash-landed in the Himalayas, sorry, the Andes, mountain range, whatever, and they resorted to cannibalism. So I remember the Disney chief saying, well, you know, we're not going to focus too much on that part of the story. You know, ultimately, you know, that didn't matter. So I said to my friend at Disney, but did it matter to the people who were eaten? It's stuff like that makes you ask those deep metaphysical questions. Is there life before death? Now, I concluded a while back that the main trajectory of Hollywood films has to do with taking penises and putting them in various settings. For example, Apollo 13, a penis in space. You know, U-571, a penis in the water. Dirty Harry, a penis in the hand that kills. Now, I love these films that are like, you know, basically just a log line, you know, snakes on a plane, you know. I want to see something like Jews in a carpool. Sadie, pull over! You're gonna kill us all! To the curb! You know, ladies, again, I know that one of our big fantasies is to have big breasts, right? Well, let me share with you that I am a 40 triple D. Yeah, that is 40 cubed. Now, right on. Now, gravity is not my friend. You know, maybe on the moon. You know, there, I can look perky. Now, you know, I've often given some thought to what if women compared their equipment like men do? You know, like, oh, that's why she's so insecure. She's got a small one. Thank you!